Football administration in St. Kitts and Nevis has a new president and executive. Former St. Kitts and Nevis national player Atiba Harris was on Sunday elected president of the St. Kitts and Nevis Football Association at the 2021 Sknfa Ordinary Congress held at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort. Majority of the members of his team that contested the elections were also elected on the new executive. Of the 26 votes in tow, Mr. Harris garnered 15 votes while his challenger Don Grant got 11 votes. Mr. Grant served as first vice president in the outgoing Sknfa Executive. In his first address as president, Mr. Harris congratulated his fellow executive members and promised to raise the standard of football in St. Kitts and Nevis.
It's been a long process. Thank the full slate, Sean White, Cuthbert Keynes, Javine Blanchett, Phil Cooper, Mr. Bergen, Ernest Queely, Patricia Claxton, Arlene, and Mr. Pinney. Looking forward to raising the standard of football here in St. Kitts and Nevis. It's going to be with inclusiveness, equality, fairness, all across the board, both in St. Kitts and Nevis. Whatever is happening in St. Kitts should be happening in Nevis as well. And I'm looking forward to everybody's support going forward. So thank you guys again for electing us, and we are ready to work.
The other members of the Sknfa Executive are First Vice President Sean White, Second Vice President Cuthbert Keynes, John Bergen, Javine Blanchett, Phil Cooper, Patricia Claxton, Ernest Queely, Elaine Morris, and Carlton Pinney. Speaking shortly after the Congress, Mr. Harris said his team, though new, will bring some new ideas to the table, building on the gains already made by the previous executive.
The previous executive has been doing a good job, getting insurance, etc., and we're just looking forward to building on it so that St. Kitts and Nevis can be a strong, reputable nation in world football.
He also wants to prioritize improving the stake of the various national teams of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Yeah, I think youth development, because we got to look at the foundation, and I think having consistent running programs is going to be vital for us going forward. Because I strongly believe that we can qualify for a Youth World Cup, because it's raw talent at that level, and we're going to be pushing that a lot. Also, female football is something dear to me, and we're going to be paying a lot of attention to it.
The executive, he said, would look at the current state of the various programs to determine the step forward. In the meantime, however, he stressed that the Sknfa leagues will resume as soon as they would have received the green light from the health authorities.
Well, I think a tentative date has been put out for September 18. However, we got to revisit, and we have to be careful because we're actually in a pandemic still, and we got to be very cautious with the numbers increasing. We got to sit down with the Ministry of Health, etc., also the Minister of Sports, to see what's the best way forward along with the task force. Once we get the go-ahead, we look to start football immediately, because I think a lot of the clubs have been training, they've been having practice matches or friendly matches against each other, and the footballers are eager to play some football along with the fans. I think we need to have fans back at our games, because the fans bring the atmosphere, so we want to have that solid atmosphere, exciting atmosphere of football in St. Kitts and Nevis.
Mr. Harris was congratulated by outgoing President Anthony Johnson, who during the Congress spoke of the accomplishments of the association under his tenure.